again. Britain's tennis fans may be excused for indulging in a bout of hen mania this evening after Tim Henman's victory earlier today at Wimbledon. While his performance is raising hopes of the best British showing in the Wimbledon men's singles tournament for more than 2 decades, at least one firm claims a star performance in sport also makes for a strong performance in business. With me in the studio is Neil Franklin of Data Workforce. Just explain what your company does first of all, just so that we know what we're looking at.
Well, we provide telecommunications engineers globally to the major manufacturers and operating companies, such as the Ericssons, Vodafone, etc.
Now, how do sports people come into all this?
Well, it started with our sales director, who's a tennis coach, and just looking at his performance and how he took himself through the sticking points in his early days in Data Workforce.
Yeah.
You could see he was using a lot of the qualities that sports people possess.
Like what?
Well, you've got the strong competitive spirit, that's the first thing.
Yeah.
You've got the absolute commitment, and more importantly, the ability to train endlessly to perfect his techniques. So all of this is immediately transferable into our area, and if you put that within the business culture of Data Workforce, it's a great success.
But sportsmen and sportswomen often train on their own. They tend to be individuals, don't they? Are they able to pass on their expertise and skills to other people as well?
Yeah, because it becomes infectious. Once you see that sort of person in the office environment, whether he's alone or not, his enthusiasm expands. It goes through the whole office. Then it instills that sort of spirit to the other team members.
And I know you have a drum kit in your office, don't you? You like people in the music business as well, do you?
Again, music. See, the two areas, music and sport, are very personal to me. I'm a keen sportsman and a musician, so I can see the qualities that you need to succeed in both. And it's when you look at people and you look at the evidence of success in their lives, in particular in sport, that it gives you a reference point to work with, and especially when you transfer that knowledge across.
Don't musicians tend to be rather mavericks, though?
Yeah, which is great, because
that's good in your business, is it?
Because you need flair. It's the business is very technical. It can get very laborious. If you inject flair into that, then you start to have something else to work with, something else to converse with your customers.
Now, your business has obviously changed. Well, it probably didn't exist actually in the 80s, but I mean, selling things has changed, hasn't it? It's not sell now. You've got to understand your customer. How are those sort of sports and music qualities used for that?
Well, again, within Data Workforce, we have a total commitment to the client culture, and we immerse ourselves in that. And a sportsman and musician will immerse himself in his chosen sport or his instrument. And it's that quality that you can take and transfer across and utilise, and you're running like a parallel life. You've got the guy who goes into the tennis court and succeeds. He comes into the office and he can transfer those qualities of success into his business environment.
You often test people, don't you? Test your own people about their knowledge. Now, lots of people, I can imagine, lots of offices wouldn't like to be tested about that. I would guess that sportsmen would regard that as being part of the course, because they're tested every time they perform, don't they?
Yeah, every day they train, they're testing. And they're testing themselves. They're pushing themselves. It's the 100-metre runner who runs at 15 seconds. He wants to do 14.
Yeah.
It's the guy who scores 98% in our test. He then must get 100.
Any particular favourite sports that you have for taking people from?
Tennis, I think, is a great one, because again, our sales director Spencer Manuel is a tennis coach, and you can see the qualities. The fact that it's a very lonely sport, and in business it can be very lonely. Although you may be part of a very successful team, your results are judged. Your own results are judged.
Neil Franklin, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Midnight tonight.